One summer afternoon, a young man named Ravi set out for a hike up a nearby hill. The sky was clear and the sun blazed down with full force. Before leaving, his elderly neighbor, Mrs. D'Souza, called out to him, "Take this umbrella!" Ravi laughed. "Mrs. D'Souza, it's a sunny day and there's no sign of rain, I'll be fine." She simply smiled and said, "Sometimes it's not about the rain." Curious but dismissive, Ravi began his hike, leaving the umbrella behind. As he ascended, the trail grew steeper and the heat became oppressive. Sweat poured down his face and the glare of the sun made him squint. A couple of hours in, he spotted an elderly man struggling on the path ahead. The man looked exhausted and was sitting under the sparse shade of a tree, shielding himself with his hands. Ravi felt guilty for not having anything to help. As he reached the summit, a sudden thought struck him. What if the umbrella wasn't just for him? If he had taken it, he could have shared it with the man in need. When Ravi returned home, Mrs. D'Souza was watering her plants. She saw him and asked, "How was the hike?" Ravi smiled sheepishly. "It was good, but I think I understand what you meant now. The umbrella wasn't just for me, it was for others too." Mrs. D'Souza chuckled. "Always carry a little extra, Ravi. You never know whose day you might brighten with it." Lesson: sometimes the preparations we make aren't just for ourselves. They're for those we may encounter along the way.